Plant reproduction explained. Sexual reproduction in flowering plant. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants, also known as angiosperms, involves the fusion of male and female reproductive structures to produce offspring. This process ensures genetic diversity and allows for the creation of new combinations of traits. Let's explore the key aspects of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Flower structure. The reproductive structures of flowering plants are contained within the flower. The flower typically consists of sepals, petals, stamens, and pistils. The stamens are the male reproductive organs, while the pistils are the female reproductive organs. Male reproductive structures. Each stamen consists of a filament and an anther. The anther contains pollen sacs, which produce and release pollen grains. Pollen grains are the male gametes, or sperm cells, of the plant. Female reproductive structures. The pistil consists of three main parts: the stigma, style, and ovary. The stigma is the receptive surface where pollen grains land. The style is a tube-like structure that connects the stigma to the ovary. The ovary contains one or more ovules, which house the female gametes, or egg cells. Pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. It can occur through various mechanisms, including wind, water, and animal pollination. Animal pollination is the most common method and involves the assistance of insects, birds, bats, or other animals that carry pollen from one flower to another. Fertilization. After pollination, the pollen grain germinates on the stigma and develops a pollen tube, which grows down the style and reaches the ovary. The male gametes then travel through the pollen tube to reach the ovule. Fertilization occurs when one of the male gametes fuses with the egg cell within the ovule, forming a zygote. Seed and fruit development. Once fertilization occurs, the zygote develops into an embryo and the ovule transforms into a seed. The ovary, which now contains the developing seeds, matures into a fruit. The fruit serves as a protective structure and facilitates seed dispersal. Germination. When conditions are favorable, the mature seed can germinate, leading to the growth of a new plant. The seed typically contains a dormant embryo, a food reserve, and a protective seed coat. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants ensures genetic diversity by combining genetic material from two parent plants. This diversity allows for adaptation to changing environmental conditions and increases the survival and reproductive success of the species.